All right, we're live.
Good?
Yeah, we're on.
Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Judy, Deb to many of you, and we have Gray Judy. He is a student at Clayton Intermediate School and 5th grade. Do you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Miss Hoy, Miss Webb.
We'll look at the camera.
Hello, Miss Hoy, Miss Webb.
Anybody else, a Patriots fan you might know?
Mr. Falconeri.
Good.
Miss Moyer.
And Miss Moyer, yeah, and Aunt Marcy,
Yeah.
and Miss Glue.
Every single teacher.
Yeah, all the cool teachers there. So we are doing our virtual field trip today, just here in our house. We have something that's kind of unique in our household, and that is the number of pets we have and the type of pet we have, which is the bulldog. Coach Judy, many of you know him from North and from the high school and from being the head coach of the football team. He is my videographer today, and he's going to be getting me your questions as we go through each of the dogs and kind of give you an idea of who they are. And then the Judys are huge sports fans. We have pretty much every day of the week and every weekend are at a sporting event or watching Gray play, watching the kids at the high school and the middle school excel. And we're also some of the founding members of the Smyrna Clayton Lacrosse Club. So I'd like to give a shout out to them at this time and just say we miss you guys very much. We wish we could be out in this rain right now practicing with Coach O'Keefe and Coach Marty and Coach Eric and Coach Wes, and we wish we could be out there with you guys right now. So I'm going to introduce you to Frank the Tank. He is 5 years old, and Frank is a native of Arkansas. Do you guys know where Arkansas is?
The Hogs.
The Hogs, yes, that's right. Arkansas is in
Kind of. South.
no, it's in the
Okay.
South.
it's in the Midwest, right?
Yeah.
Middle of the country, and it is not necessarily a place where bulldogs are very common, but there just happened to be a breeder there that a friend of ours knew about who loves the bulldog breed. And Frankie was actually a pup that was supposed to go to somebody else, and he, for whatever reason, the family couldn't have him, and I contacted them, and the next thing you know, Frankie was coming to us the next weekend on an airplane. So I got on an airplane with a nanny, and he was a little fat roly ball, and we picked him up at the Philadelphia airport in February. Frankie then came to school with me. I was the principal at Sunnyside Elementary. Shout out to Sunnysiders. And introduced him to Gray's kindergarten class. And he was really calm and just a really good pup with kids. And we noticed that right away, and some of the other staff did as well. We had just lost one of the dog, the therapy dog in the district. Mr. Van Veen was a great counselor at Sunnyside for a very long time, and he had dogs throughout his career, and Mr. Van Veen and Toby had retired. So Frank kind of filled that void for a lot of people. So at the time, Mrs. Wicks was the superintendent. I talked to Mrs. Wicks, Mrs. Pennington, Miss Savante at the time, Mrs. Pennington now, the counselor, shout out to you. She was more than willing to go to obedience with Frank and work with Frank and I to make him the therapy dog at Sunnyside. And everybody loved him very much. He would oftentimes walk down the hall after school and go into each of the kindergarten rooms and clean the floors for the custodians.
Yep.
And we had plenty of slow-mo videos of Frank running down the hallway and riding on the carts, and he just gave everybody a big smile on their faces.
And Frank's favorite lunch is taco day because of all the little taco crumbs that end up on the
Loves
floor.
Taco day, yes, he's the taco guy. And he, we have another friend, lots of friends, Jen Davis, who works at Department of Education, and she loves to put out fun things that are going on around the state. It's called, in a blog called Taking Note, and that, from the Department of Education, from Delaware Department of Ed, and she heard about Frank, and she did an article about Frank, and then Frank got the most views on the blog, and then he was in the newspaper, Delaware Online, and then he was on WDL. So he is quite a famous little pup, and today he got really excited because I put his harness on. We like to use the harnesses with them because they, can be a little stubborn sometimes. And he put his harness on and thought he was going for a ride. But sorry, Frank, we're just visiting everybody
Yep.
at home today.
We're on quarantine, bud. We can't go anywhere.
We're quarantined, right? All right, so I have a couple of questions from the website. So I'm going to ask a couple, and then we'll have Gray take Frank back, and then we'll bring out his wife, Chunky Tina.
All right.
All right, so from Mrs. Robinson from Smyrna Middle School,
Okay, Gray.
Ashlyn and Logan
Put it back.
from Sunnyside, and then Anna Easton from CIS. Do they like to walk, as in the pups? Do they like to walk? Well, so when we first had to go on this thing we call quarantine, and we didn't really know what that meant at the time, I thought, oh, I'll take the dogs for a walk and we'll see what they think. Well, they walked to my car, and that's about as far as they wanted to go. We went about a half a block for each of them, and that was it. So I would say they'll walk if they have to, but it's not a preferred activity.
Yeah.
All right. Mrs. Robinson, Ashlyn, and Logan again want to know who sleeps the most. So later on, you're going to meet Evelyn, and Evelyn is the third oldest. So we're going to go in chronological order. So that's a big word, chronological. So age order. Evelyn slept from 10 p.m. until 2 p.m. the next day, just last week. So she was fine. She wasn't ill. She just was a little tired. So I would say Evie is the one who sleeps the most. And the question, where do they sleep? So the dogs like to sleep in these chairs. Mr. Judy can show you. And we normally have a nice protective cover on the chairs. Go get Tina. Please, Greg. We have a nice protective cover on the chairs. Mr. Judy didn't want them to be on the chairs because they're brand new, and that didn't work. So, and then Tina, Amy, and Evie sleep in my room, our room, and then sometimes Tina will sleep in Gray's room just because that's her boy. She loves him so much. All right, so now we've got our little watermelon girl. This is Chunky Tina, and Chunky Tina is the queen. She runs this place. She tells us what she wants to do and what she doesn't want to do. And she's one of the most stubborn that we have, if not the most. What do you think, Coach Judy?
Oh, yeah, for sure. She's
Yeah.
stubborn.
Yeah, she's the stubborn one. She is. She's a sweet girl. I think she's the prettiest of them all. She's got the really cool bulldog face. So Tina came from the same breeder that Frank came from in Arkansas, and I just wanted a brown bulldog. a fat, chunky brown bulldog. And he said, oh, I have a girl, I just had her, and I said, I'll take her. So Tina came to us too on an airplane from Arkansas, from Bull Lane Bulldog's Kennel. And like I said, that's in Arkansas. And Tina is the quietest, most independent of all of the pups. She just does her own thing on her own schedule. When we had the two, Frankie and Tina, we thought, man, that would be really great if we could have puppies. So, Tina, look, right here. Where's Dad? So we ended up having puppies with them. And I want to shout out to Tabby Mann. This is the book that she gave us for the first year of Ellie's life. Our little pup that we had 4 puppies, and Mrs. Mann at CIS was one of the people who took home one of our puppies, and she made this really cool little book. And as you can see, Ellie looks a lot like her mama. And then the Fitzgerald family and her parents took home these guys, who are Frankie Foltz Fitzgerald and Daisy Fitzgerald. Tina, come here. And they are a family as well, so they get to see each other all the time. And I hear that little Daisy gets annoyed by her brother Frankie because he's full of energy, which he did not get from his parents, so I'm not sure where that came from. So the Fitzgeralds, Trish and Anthony, Tony Fitzgerald, they live in the state, and their mom, Rose, has the puppy, has 2 of our puppies, and we get to see them, and we get to follow them and see how they grow, and it's one of the greatest gifts to see Frankie and Tina's puppies get to be big guys. So I got a question from Mrs. Hendricks at JVM, and she said, do the Judy Bulldogs have a Facebook page? Well, they do, and it is called The Love Story of Fat Frank and Chunky Tina. And it hasn't been updated in quite some time because we started adding bulldogs to our litter, to our little gang. And so the website is primarily dedicated to Frank and Tina, the pregnancy, the puppies, and them going home. So if you want to check it out, The Love Story of Fat Frank and Chunky Tina, you'll get to see all the puppy pictures and kind of the journey we went through to have the puppies that we had with Frank and
And that's on Facebook.
And that is on Facebook. That's right. All right, I have a question from Nurse Bonsignor from Smyrna Elementary. She said, do they play catch? Well,
No.
Tina really doesn't play much at all. She may jump around a little bit with a bone or something, but for the most part, they don't really play. Evie probably has the most energy. Frank will roll the ball here and there. Amy too. When they go to my office, I have a bunch of tennis balls there, and they'll roll around with them. But so I would say
Tina
not
sometimes
fully
plays
no, but
basketball.
not really catch like you would think a normal dog would.
Now, Tina's favorite activity is to play mini hoop basketball with Gray, who is her favorite person.
Yes.
And she tries to bite the ball and take it from Gray, and Gray tries to cross her over and dunk on her. And she's a really good sport about it.
Here, Tina.
And she wears herself out quickly, right, Gray?
Yeah. Okay.
But that's her exercise. As you can see, she's been getting her exercise. She's got a nice, well-rounded shape.
Yes. Yes. Bit of a watermelon.
Yep. And Miss Tina is the most independent. I know Miss Deb said that already, but she's the most independent. She kind of does her own thing. She's been practicing social distancing since birth.
Yep.
She likes us, doesn't necessarily need to hang out with the other dogs, which I think is an indicator of her being an alpha. And what an alpha is someone who kind of leads the pack. And she's kind of like her own person, and you know, she's probably, I don't have a favorite, but you know, I like Tina a lot.
Yeah, we love them all, but Mrs. Lewis from Smyrna Elementary asked who is their favorite person. So I would say that Tina's favorite person is
Gray.
Gray.
Yeah.
And then I could say all the others. It's Frank is dad, and then the other two are mom. And Evie is kind of everybody.
Yeah.
I think
Evie will chill with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Evie really loves Amy.
Yeah.
That's her favorite person.
Yeah. Amy, the puppy, who you'll meet in a couple minutes, loves Miss Deb. Tina loves Gray. Frankie loves me, but he loves everybody. But he likes to sit on me.
They all love everybody.
Yeah.
It's just there's certain people that they hang out with more.
And then
than
Evie likes to hang out wherever Amy is. So most of the time Amy's with mom, so Evie stays with mom too.
Yep.
So we're gonna put Tina back in her kennel, and then we're gonna bring out the next one is Evie. Heavy Evie.
Heavy Evie, and her full name is Evelyn, but it doesn't rhyme with Evie. Heavy, so we just call her Evie. And she has the most energy. But I do have a question from John Aston at Sunnyside. We know you just had a birthday. Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday, John.
How much food do they eat?
Ooh.
Okay.
You want me to answer that?
Go ahead.
Okay. So we have a pre-measured scoop. We feed them dry food, nice healthy dry food that with the bulldogs they tend to have some skin allergic issues. So you have to be careful. You have to find the right type of food for them. And we found the right food for our puppies. And so we give them a pre-measured scoop. We feed them twice a day, although it's not necessary. Gray is in charge of the feeding.
Yeah. So usually the other three dogs are more of a one-time eat a day. It's a dinner, but it's like one scoop for all the rest of the dogs. Frank's gets two, and Amy eats twice because we found out in about when the school year started and from when it ended, that the dogs, they don't eat in the morning. Like, we would feed them, and then I would find out that I would feed them, and then they would just come in and they wouldn't eat it at all. So I really had to find a way, and it was a better way because we
Just to feed them more in the evening.
feed them more than not as much as 2 servings of food, but feed them a good amount. And they're not. I guess they're not a big fan of breakfast.
Yeah. Well, so basically we start off feeding them when they're weaned, when they're away from their mother. So when an owner of a dog gets a puppy, they have weaned or separated from their mother. They're gonna eat probably twice a day. Although you can feed them more than that. It's really up to you, and it's really up to the dog. What do they need? But Frankie will scarf down 2 good sized meals a day. Evie and Tina tend to eat one full meal, and then they'll graze on the other one. Sometimes they're very hungry, sometimes they're not. And then little Amy, who's still a growing puppy, gets 2 full meals a day.
She'll eat it, and there's no problem. It'll be she literally eats her food in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
She'll just.
And they love their food, but they also, we don't give them table scraps at all. But I will give them on occasion, give them some meat. They really love eating ground beef and chicken. And when I smoke briskets and ribs and stuff like that, they love the little trimmings. But those are on special occasions only.
So Evie is by far the most unique, I'd say, of all the dogs.
The second
She is feisty. She's the one who barks. Every time there's any movement or any walking by the front of the house, she's the one who alerts us, even when it's not an actual something walking by the house. And then she gets the other dogs up. So the little bark you heard in the back when Coach Judy was talking is Tina, and she's trying to tell us, get me out. Like, I'm not kidding, I'm mad. And that's normal for Tina. But Evie, she's the one who hates the vacuum cleaner, who wants to kill it, who, you know, she sleeps a lot, I think, because she's on high alert all the time.
Yeah, she is. If you're looking for a dog that's kind of a watchdog, somebody, you know, an alert or alarm dog, typically bulldogs are not the ones, because they love everybody, they're very friendly. But this one right here, Evie, definitely has that alarm in her. So anytime there's movement, sometimes she's barking at nothing, just a quick yap, and then she'll get the other ones going. So yeah, but she hates the vacuum. She doesn't like the loud noises.
She loves to run up and down the fence at the animals 2 doors down because they just annoy her for for existing. And she's very fast. She's tiny and fast, and she's like a bullet. So, but only doing what she wants.
Yeah.
She's stubborn too. But Evie was named by Kristen Call, our manager at Sunnyside. When I decided to get another bulldog, I got her from Rock Solid Bullies, also in Arkansas, not associated or affiliated with Bull Lane. Just so happens another Arkansas breeder, and she came on a plane as well. And she we went with Jake Wagner and his mom, and we went to the Philadelphia airport, and we picked up Evie, and she was a cute little thing with her brindleness, and she slept a lot when she was a pup, but then she turned into this wild little animal who just likes to let you know she's there. And Evie was fine here, just with the other 2 bulldogs, but her life really took off when she met Amy, the puppy. And I will just give you a little bit of idea about how to take care of bulldogs. They all have this thing we call a knuckle. So most bulldogs have knuckles over their noses. It's a wrinkle, a big fat wrinkle. Well, you can see that Evie's wrinkle is nice and clear. There's no redness there, and from time to time they'll get a little bit of redness in their knuckles because you need to keep them clean and dry, and that's kind of something that we have to focus on with Evie and Frank. But we've been very lucky because our bulldogs don't have too many health issues. Frankie probably has the most, and they do say the more white you have on a bulldog, the more prone to skin issues they could have. So Evie is our little firecracker, and she's part of the gang of Amy and Evie. And what is her favorite treat, or their favorite treats? That's from Mrs. Hall at Smyrna Elementary School. And really, I haven't found a treat that they don't like. If I get like a little mini milk bone or an Alpo bone or something,
like a peanut butter
bites, really truly I buy treats just because they don't smell bad, and to me, not to them. So they don't really care, which is a good thing for us.
They all, when you get them a new bone, if you get them like a new chew toy, they all like to take turns chewing on it. And you know, Tina will grab a bone, chew on it for a little bit, and then sit down. And then Evie will come swooping in and pick it up and chew on it. So they all kind of chew bones, and they all like their treats. Bye, Evie. And you know, they're like Miss Deb said, there's not really a treat that they don't like.
So the question from Maya Samante at JVM, she said, how big can bulldogs get? Well, you've seen already. We have Frankie's about 60 pounds. He's solid. We have Tina. She's about 50 pounds. She's shaped like a watermelon. That's her natural shape. And then you have Evie, this little firecracker.
She's about 40 pounds, yeah.
So they range in size, and I think we're going to see a growth spurt with our youngest one here. really soon. She's sort of thickening up. She'll be 2 on June 1st. And this is Fat Amy. She is the one that loves me the most. And she goes to my office with me a lot, and she loves to hang out with her friends at the office. She loves Miss Crystal and Miss Angela and Mr. Pat especially, because he gives her Cheez-Its. And anything he has, she's welcome to. Miss Patrice and Miss Katrina. Miss Katrina likes to baby talk to her. And then Miss Ashley gives her potato chips, and she goes down to see Mr. Jerry and Miss Mary and Miss Michelle. And then she'll visit the child nutrition office with Roger and all his ladies. So Amy is the central office dog, I guess. And wow. So we had 3 dogs, you see. And I follow a lot of different breeders on Instagram and Facebook and things. And one day I just saw this cute little brown, black and white puppy who was on sale. And I said to Coach Judy, oh, she's on sale. I've always wanted a black bulldog. And he said, no. And then I said, well, I'm just going to call and see. And he said, no. And I said, well, I mean, it's probably not going to work out. There has to be something. And he said, no. And I did anyway. And so Amy was too chunky to fly in a plane. So I told you the other 3 pups came in a plane with their nanny, and Amy was too chunky to do that. So Amy had to be picked up. Well, she comes from Georgia, and I don't know if you follow football, but Georgia Bulldogs are a great football team, and she lived about an hour away from Athens, Georgia, where University of Georgia is, where Uga, the bulldog, lives. And she comes from a kennel called Puppy Chase, which is an amazing kennel. It's run by a family. That's their job. They breed bulldogs, high quality bulldogs, and they have about 7 or 8 bulldogs that live in their house, which is, we think we have enough, but that's a lot. And so Jason Sipes is the owner, and he said, well, she needs to be picked up. And I was like, oh my gosh, we can't drive to Georgia. It was football season. And he said, well, there's a family in Richmond who's coming to get their dog. Maybe they could bring the dog to Richmond. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Because that, to me, was my sign that we were supposed to have 4 bulldogs, and this little pup was supposed to be ours. So, again, Jake Wagner, Mrs. Wagner from the high school, Gray and I hopped in the Tahoe and drove down 95, a straight shot, picked up little Amy, and that's the picture that I had up on the website of her in the back seat. When we first picked her up, she's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I look like a little alien pup. Yeah, she got a little car set.
Yeah, she
So this is Amy. She's got a little bit of energy, but she runs out of it quickly.
How old is Amy?
Amy will be 2 on June 1st.
Yeah.
So she's thickening up. She's, that's kind of what bulldogs do. They're not super chunky. They're dense. I will tell you, they're very heavy.
Yeah.
But they're not super flabby fat until they get
strong.
older. Very strong, and she's getting that more mature look in her backside. And we would like to have puppies again someday with Amy. So that will be our next adventure in puppies at some point. And so that's kind of where we are with her. Now, Amy loves me. Loves me. Anytime I'm sitting down, Amy's on me. Anytime I'm sleeping, she's on top of me. She likes to put her head, on my shoulder, on my arm, on my leg. She has to be next to me and touching me. And yes, it's annoying at times, but I also love it because that's what I love about dogs, that they make you feel so safe and secure. And it's been great to have them here during this time because we all need a little pick-me-up, and that's what the dogs do for us. Dog toys, I have a question from Ava Daniels. She goes to Clayton Elementary School now, but she was one of my Sunnysiders, and one of Grace's favorite teachers of all time, Mrs. Daniels from Sunnyside, and Mrs. Christie, right? So they, Ava's asking, how many dog toys do we have? We really don't have a lot of toys. They do not really play a lot. We have some bones
Get the
that
basket,
they chew
Greg.
on occasionally.
Yep.
But that's really about it. And
Bring it over.
I say that because Stacy I'm from Sunnyside as well asked what is their favorite thing to do. Well, I think we can all agree that their favorite thing to do is sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what they do all, no, hold on to that. Pretty much what they do all the time.
This is Amy. Amy's being a puppy. She still likes to play with the toys.
She likes, but then she just gets right into chewing, and she'll chew a little bit, and that's it. She has a couple of toys at the office, Miss Katrina got her, but we don't have a ton of toys. And I would say Evie's favorite thing is chasing up and down the fence, second to sleeping. That's Evie. Amy's favorite thing is being with me, second to sleeping. Frank's favorite thing is laying on top of Coach Judy, second to sleeping. And Tina just likes to chill out and hang out with Greg. Scratch at the door, and that's it. Yeah, scratch at the door. Any questions from the audience?
Yeah, if you guys have questions, just comment, and then we'll get to them as we go.
And so we're gonna try our best to do some activities with these guys to get us a little bit of competition in our life, because we certainly are missing our sports very much. Gray actually did his own commentating on the first round of the draft last night, the NFL draft. It's
You're
quite
gonna do it again.
interesting. He's
Like
going to do a
Judy
recap tonight. So we're going to try to get them doing something. Now this morning I tried to get them to practice, and they all kind of looked at me like I had two heads. So I don't know that they're going to, not do that again. So the first competition that we want to do is fan favorite. So if you could vote for your favorite bulldog of the four, and you can just put their name in the comments. You could go Frank, Tina, Evie, Amy, and that will be your vote. And then we will use that as the first indicator of a winner, right? So we'll do the other competitions and see how they do, and then we'll declare the winner of the Bulldog Olympics. So right now, Gray's gonna get Amy ready to go to our second event, and our second event is the toilet paper high jump. So come around this way for me, Gray. We're gonna get set for our second event while you're voting. Are they voting?
Yep. All right, votes are coming in. When we get started on the event, I'll stop and tally up the votes and let you know who won. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right.
You're gonna let her off the leash. All right, let her off the. Come on, Amy. Come on, come on. Oh, good job, little pup. Good job. You get a little treat for that.
As you can tell, she's not a high jumper. Let's try it again, Gray.
Here, I'll walk her around. Amy, Amy, come here.
So what we're doing right here is we're just testing to see what they do around around objects. So what I'm doing is I'm holding a treat.
Right on the ground.
I got a treat right here in my hand that she can see. And Gray's gonna let her go and see if she can jump over this one layer of toilet paper, which is about 3.5 to 4 inches tall. So she probably doesn't have a great vertical, but we're gonna find out. All right, Amy, come and get it. Come on. Hey!
You did it.
All
Good job,
right.
baby girl.
She did good.
Yeah,
All right, let's go try Evie. I'll get her.
I don't know. That was very good, but we'll see. I don't know. That's probably the best we'll get.
give me a couple. I'll just put it right here, bud. All right, guys.
All right. Gregory, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am. All right. All right, guys. Votes are still open for fan favorite, but you know, you got to let their athletic prowess play into it a little bit. All right, Evie. Look, you want a treat? You want a treat? Hold on, we got to get Evie's like she's the alarm dog, so she gets easily distracted. So we got to make sure nobody's messing around in the other room. We have a room. Back her up, Greg. We have a room that we have all their kennels in, and they when they want to go in their kennel, they go in there. Oh, okay, good. You want a treat? Come on. Hey, she cleared it, but she didn't jump.
Yeah,
Good job, Ev.
That's good, though. 2 rounds for each
See,
dog.
Evie's a work smarter, not harder type of dog. So, all right. You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay, one more time with Evie. Let's see if we get the full effect here.
Evie, come on. Wrong one.
For all you dog owners out there, people thinking about getting a puppy, it's you know, it's difficult with a bulldog just because they're so stubborn. But you want to work on how you carry or how you walk the dog. All right, she's ready. Here we go, Evie. Come on, come and get it. Oh, not quite on that one. All right, she's coming your way, Deb.
All right. Here's Tina.
All right, Tina's coming around. Gray's gonna get it set back up. Evie, get in there. Evie. Oh. All right, go. All right, here's chunky Tina. Don't let her girth fool you. She's fairly athletic. Hey, you want a treat? Come on. Tina. All right. Yeah, come here, Tina. Tina, look. Tina, come. Go. Come here. Ah! She cleared it. She walked the whole time.
Good job.
Good job, Tina.
2 rounds.
Yeah, she's this way. Come here, girl. All right, kennel up, Tina.
No, we need another round. One more round.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We've also taught the dogs a command. We say kennel up, and they go to their kennels and wait to be put in there. Here we go. Tina, you want a treat? Go.
2, 1, go.
Go. Come here. Come here. Ah, didn't clear it that time.
Here you go.
All right.
Got high hopes for him.
Yeah, we got high hopes for
Yeah,
Frank.
Good vert, not even gonna lie.
Yeah, now all these dogs can actually jump pretty high. All of them can jump from the floor to a bed that's on, you know, a mattress, box spring, and frame. The only one that can't right now is Amy, and we think it's more because she's just a puppy. All right, come here, Frank. Frankie, come. Want a treat? Go, 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 go. Hey, he cleared it easily. All right, let's do this with Frank. Take the toilet paper rolls, Gray, and try to make like a second layer. Yeah, you can if you have a couple. Just put a couple there. Oh, Frankie.
The Williamses watched Frank Mr. Pat and Miss Melissa. And Miss Melissa's favorite thing is to hear Frankie eat. She thinks it's so funny.
All right. Here.
And the bowl is just
Take this with you.
just
Give it to
there
him.
as a suggestion to use. He kind of pushes all the food out of the bowl and eats it however he likes.
All right. I'm trying second level here. We gotta, once you clear in a high jump, once you clear the opener, you get a couple scratches to try to make a higher jump here. So, Jackie Reeder, that's all the toilet paper we have, darling. Sorry. we did not hoard toilet paper. We have tons of water bottles. That's about all we got. All right, here we go.
And paper towels.
And
thanks
paper
to
towels,
Nana.
thanks to Nana D. All right, here we go. Frankie, go, 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 go. Didn't clear that one.
That was lazy.
Yeah.
That was lazy.
Here we
All
go.
right, well, let's keep Frank out and see how this next event goes. It's called Find the Treat. All right, Gray, you're going to go put those out. Where? Well, hold on. Put them out there. You can put them right in front of the toilet
All right.
paper.
Yep.
Then you can
You
put
can put
it
on this side,
of
buddy.
the toilet paper.
And turn them
the
over.
cups over, and there's a treat under one of them.
Yep.
That
Yep.
one right there is the one with the treat. And we're going to see if Frankie can find it.
Okay, you can move the toilet paper out of there, Gregory.
Be careful, we have to use that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hot commodity.
Yeah. All right.
All right, come on.
All right, Frank.
Go find the treat, Frankie. Great, come get him.
Take them over to the cups. All right,
See if
find
we
the
can
treat,
find
Frank.
Go.
Find the treat. Oh, he smells something. Let him go now.
He's like, no, I don't smell it. So here's a little insight. They're not very good hunters.
No. So for all our hunting aficionados, bulldog is pretty much useless in your endeavors.
Go walk him over there again. Hold
Yep.
the leash tighter. See if he'll sniff him.
Where's the treat?
Find the treat, Frank. Where's the treat? Oh, you
See.
kicked it.
He's like, oh,
Oh, hey, there it is. All right, well,
yeah. So that's that's a bust.
that's a bust. That's a bust.
All right.
You have to turn it right so it's a little easier for them to find it.
All right, so we're going to do one last event. We're still collecting our votes, right? And the last event is going to be the baseball roll race, and that is in honor of Mr. Pat and his Philadelphia Phillies, who he hasn't been able to see play yet this year. So we're sorry about that, Mr. Pat. We're going to try to give you a little bit of baseball here this afternoon. All right, Gray, if you want to go ahead and move all that stuff out of the way. And then I'm going to go get Tina.
Yep. And Tina and Frank are going to face off for who is fastest to the ball.
Oh, I know who's one of them.
Get all those up too, please. Now, this isn't a great surface to race on. It's a little bit slick, but, they're both wearing the same type of tires, so there should be no advantage. So, right now, we got
Crew.
Fat Frank and Chunky Tina that are going to be squaring off on this little race to test quickness and agility. The one thing I'm concerned about, pre-race concerns, is that they both just been fed treats, so now their mind is probably elsewhere. They really like those treats, All right.
All right. Tina, look over here where Gray. No, you go right over there. No, Gray, come here. You're going to roll the ball that way. All right. Ready? On your marks. Get set. Frankie,
They'll go.
go.
And Tina doesn't care. All right, that's pretty much what we
Okay.
thought.
Frankie
All right.
won.
Frankie
Good
won that
job,
one.
Frank. All right, let's go get the others.
All right, guys. Cool. Yeah, if you have any last votes for who your favorite bulldog is, go ahead and do that now. After this last event, I'll do a quick tally and then we'll let everybody know. Yeah, it's kind of what I thought. Tina's real laid back. She doesn't care about that stuff. Although when she decides that she wants to play, she,
We told you she's the queen.
yeah,
That's
she's the
what she
queen.
wants.
All right, so right now we have
Evelyn.
Fat Frank versus Heavy Evie, our little alarm dog. All right, Greg.
All right, Frankie, look. Gregory's gonna throw the ball. Ready? Look, Evie. Look,
Show it to Evie, Greg.
Evie, look. Ready, set, go. Frank.
Let's wait for.
And we have a balk.
I think we go.
Evie, look.
Go again. Here we go. Show him the ball. Here we go. Ready, go. Go get it. Evie's not interested either.
How
Again,
about a treat?
yeah, throw a treat
Ready?
down there.
Ready, set, go.
How do we put peanut butter in it?
Go. All right, Evie. You are not an active participant.
All right, come here, Frank.
Just fall apart.
Frank, there's a treat all the way down the hallway. Why don't you go get it? Frankie, go get that treat. Frankie, go get the treat.
This is the matchup of the night.
All right, we'll just use that one to throw, okay?
The matchup of the night. Let's try the baseball one more time. All right, the matchup of the night. Here we go. Ready, set,
Go.
go.
Oh!
Yeah, Amy. She got it, but
Yeah, she
yeah.
touched it.
Good job,
Best
Amy.
two out of three.
All right, that's 2 out of 3.
Frank is not interested in that. Frank.
Like we said, bulldogs are a little stubborn. Like, they'll do what they want to do, but
3, 2, 1, go.
ah, Frankie! Ah, get it. Frank the Tank is the champion.
Woo!
All right, now it's on.
All right.
The championship round.
All right, I think we're good.
Frank.
All right,
The championship round.
all right, let's put those guys away, and then we'll finish up. Put them away. Kennel up. Kennel up. Oh, God.
Come on, dogs.
Stuck in his tooth. Stuck in his tooth. All right. I'm going to start tallying up, guys. Just hang tight. Got to scroll through the feed. All right. Here we go. Paula, you can't vote for 2. All right, I'll give them 1 each. All right.
All right, everybody. So that is our life with 4 bulldogs. They are smarter than people give them credit for. They are super lovable and caring. They make all kinds of really strange noises, and that's just because they have a short snout, so they don't have a long nose area like most dogs do, like Labradors and lots of mixed breed dogs and things like that, Huskies,
Yeah.
Labradoodle.
So because they have a short snout, they breathe, they snort a lot. You know, those noises you hear, not the one in the background barking, that's Evie, but they definitely mouth breathe, and you know, so that's part of the reason why they're kind of like a lower energy dog. Not that they don't have energy, they're not interested in doing those things because they can't breathe as well. They get winded very easily. So if you're looking to get a bulldog, a bulldog is going to fit a family you know, a family that's likes to chill out around with their pets. You know, Frank isn't going to be like a dog you take hiking with you. Tina is not the dog you're going to take to the beach, although some bulldogs really thrive hanging out on the beach. You know, so it's really the breed plays into it, and the individual bulldog. You got to get to know their personality exactly. So we did a quick tally here, and it's a very, very close 3-dog race. I'm not gonna mention the one that did not get very many votes, but she's still loved. It looks like Frank is the fan favorite, followed by a really close race between Amy and Tina.
Okay.
So,
Frankie won the Olympics.
yep.
And the fan favorite, so I'm going to say that Frank is our champion.
Yes.
He gets the gold medal.
Yes.
And we will do our best to find a gold medal and take a picture of him with it on and post it on the webpage today.
Yep. And thank you to everybody that has been watching and tuning in during this time. Thanks to everybody who voted. Thank you to everybody who commented. There was a lot of comments, and it was very good to see everybody's what they have to say. I know we can't see each other, and you're welcome to everybody that's saying thank you.
And thank you for making us have a little fun today. It's been a rough day, and we needed some light, and it's fun to just be able to interact with you guys in this way. And we miss everyone.
Mm-hmm.
We wish we could have the pups here, and you could come and visit and pet them and love them and watch them be unathletic and all of that in person. And maybe we can do that someday, but we miss everybody very, very much.
Yep. And don't forget, you can always follow Miss Deb on Facebook, because she posts more pictures of her dogs than she does of anything else. And then for all you Smyrna School District people, you guys know that the postings are always followed by a picture of a bulldog. And don't forget, if you want to see pictures of the puppies, little Frank, well, he's not little anymore, but little Frank, Ellie, Frank Jr., Ellie, Daisy, and Maggie, followed our other Facebook page, which is the love story of Fat Frank and Chunky Tina. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.